Your person is deeply protective and passionately devoted to you, even if they've struggled to express it in a healthy way. Their emotions for you run so deep that, despite everything that has happened, they simply cannot bring themselves to give up. They've been patient, perhaps more patient than you realize, waiting, hoping, and holding on to the belief that somehow, someday, things between you could be made right again. Deep down, they know they were the one who messed things up. They are fully aware of the mistakes they made and the pain they caused. That knowledge haunts them. Every moment of silence, every missed opportunity to reach out, weighs heavily on their heart. They know they should have done better, communicated better, loved better. Still, they can't bear the thought of you moving on or forgetting them. The idea of you in someone else's arms, sharing laughter or secrets with another, is something that makes their chest tighten with both regret and fear. They've stayed away from you for so long, convincing themselves that distance was the right thing, that maybe you needed time, or maybe they weren't ready to face the truth. But now that time has passed, they are beginning to realize that their silence only created more distance, more misunderstanding, and more pain. They feel trapped between wanting to reach out and being terrified of how you might respond. The fear of rejection, of you no longer caring, keeps them frozen in uncertainty. They can feel that you're moving forward, healing, and reclaiming your power, and while they admire your strength, it fills them with a quiet panic. They never imagined a version of their life where you weren't at the center of it. You are the one who awakened something within them that no one else ever has, a spark of soul growth, a deep emotional and spiritual connection that forced them to confront their own shadows and fears. They've tried to forget you, to distract themselves, but no matter what they do, you remain in their thoughts. You are the person who challenged them to grow, to feel, to love deeply, and to face their own truth. Now, as they reflect on everything that's happened, your person can see how their silence has wounded you. They understand that their avoidance and lack of communication didn't protect either of you, it only created trust issues and left your heart broken. You may have questioned your worth, doubted their feelings, and wondered why someone who claimed to care could be so distant. They know that silence can sometimes speak louder than words, and theirs spoke volumes. It said, "I'm afraid," when they should have said, "I love you." It said, "I'm not ready," when their heart was screaming, "I can't lose you." Even in your absence, they felt drawn to you in ways that defy logic. Your energy lingers in their life like a melody that won't stop playing, a constant reminder of what they lost and what they still long for. They see traces of you everywhere, in a song on the radio, in a scent that reminds them of your presence, in moments of quiet reflection when they find themselves wishing they could go back and do it all differently. No matter how far they've tried to run, your connection follows them, because it's not something that can be easily severed. It's spiritual, magnetic, and transformative. Now, your person is ready to face what they've avoided for so long. They want to make things right. They want to remind you of what you once shared, the laughter, the late-night conversations, the moments of comfort and understanding that made everything else fade away. They want to make you fall in love with them again, not through words alone, but through actions that prove they've grown and changed. They are tired of letting fear dictate their choices. They are ready to be honest, to be vulnerable, to show you the love they couldn't express before. But they also know that they can't do it alone. That's why they're turning to the universe for guidance and help. In quiet moments, they ask for signs, for some kind of divine reassurance that it isn't too late, that they still have a chance to heal what's been broken. They may even feel that the universe has been pushing them back toward you in subtle ways, through dreams, coincidences, or sudden bursts of emotion that remind them of what truly matters. They are beginning to trust that this connection was never just random, it was meant to teach, to evolve, and to heal both of you in ways neither of you could have expected. Still, they know that your trust is not something they can demand, it must be earned. They understand that if you decide to move on, they will have to live with that pain. But part of them still believes that love like yours doesn't fade easily. They believe in redemption, in second chances, and in the possibility that two people who were once broken can find their way back to each other even stronger than before. So now, they are gathering the courage to reach out, to bridge the silence that has lasted too long. They're preparing to open up, to share what's been hidden behind pride and fear. They want to tell you that despite the distance, the confusion, and the mistakes, they never stopped feeling drawn to you. Their heart has remained yours in ways they can no longer deny. And as they ask the universe for guidance, their deepest hope is simple, that somehow, in time, you'll let them show you that love again. My love, I keep finding myself saying things that remind me of you. Every word, every little thought seems to circle back to you somehow. It's as if you've become a part of my very being, woven into the fabric of my daily life. I wake up and the first thing I feel is your absence. I go through the motions of my day, eating, working, pretending to be fine, but every moment feels hollow without you in it. Today, I feel especially down. Maybe you can sense it too, somewhere deep in your heart, the same heaviness that seems to rest on mine. Sometimes I wonder if we're still connected in some unspoken way, if when I'm hurting, a part of you feels it too. I can't get you out of my mind, no matter how hard I try. You appear in my thoughts like a song on repeat, playing softly but endlessly. Speaking of songs, I heard your favorite one today. It started innocently enough, just another tune on the radio, but the moment those familiar notes began, my heart sank. Memories of you came flooding back, your smile when you sang along, the way your eyes lit up when that melody played. I tried to stay composed, but I couldn't stop my tears. It was as if the music reached straight into my soul, pulling out every piece of pain, love, and longing that I had been trying so hard to hide. I keep reminiscing about the long and sweet conversations we used to have, those late nights when time seemed to stop, when it was just you and me against the world. I miss the way you would listen so patiently, the way you always seemed to understand me even when I couldn't find the right words. You made me feel seen in a way no one else ever did. Every story I told, every dream I shared, felt safe with you. We talked about everything, our fears, our hopes, the future we imagined together. Those moments were pure magic. Now, when I think about them, I feel a deep ache in my chest. It's a strange kind of pain, bittersweet and suffocating all at once. Lately, I've been drowning in overwhelming sadness. I don't even know how to describe it anymore. It's like a shadow that follows me everywhere I go. The depression feels heavier with each passing day, and most of it stems from missing you. Sometimes, I cry for you at night, not just because I miss you, but because of the guilt that eats away at me. I keep thinking about the pain I caused you, the moments I could have handled differently, the words I should have said but didn't. That guilt haunts me. It creeps into my mind when everything is quiet, and it reminds me that I hurt the one person who truly cared for me. Everything feels so empty now. The world seems dull, stripped of color and warmth. Even the things that once brought me joy feel meaningless. I try to distract myself, but the silence always finds me. When I'm alone, my thoughts inevitably drift back to you. I picture your face, your laughter, the comfort of your presence. I miss your voice, the way it could calm my chaos with just a few gentle words. I miss your touch, your kindness, and the way you always made me feel like I mattered. There are moments when I feel completely lost. It's as though I'm standing in the middle of a crowded room but still feel utterly alone. Nobody seems to understand what I'm going through. I try to explain it, but how can I put into words the emptiness of losing someone who felt like home? It feels like a piece of my heart was taken away, leaving behind a void that nothing else can fill. I miss you so much that it physically hurts. There's this constant weight pressing against my chest, making it hard to breathe sometimes. I wish I could talk to you, just once more. There are so many things I want to say, so many apologies left unspoken. I want to tell you that I still think about you every day, that I still care more than I can ever admit out loud. I want to tell you that I'm sorry for everything, for not appreciating you enough when I had the chance, for letting pride or fear get in the way. If I could go back in time, I would do everything differently. I would hold on tighter. I would listen more. I would make sure you never doubted how deeply I loved you. Sometimes, I close my eyes and imagine what it would be like if you were still here. I picture us laughing again, sharing those small, beautiful moments that made life feel special. But when I open my eyes, reality hits, it's just me, surrounded by memories. Still, I cling to those memories, even when they hurt, because they're all I have left of you. You were the one person who truly saw me. You looked past the surface, past the walls I built around myself, and saw who I really was. You understood my emotions even when I couldn't express them. You recognized my pain before I could name it. In my darkest times, you were my strength, my light, my reason to keep going. Without you, I feel like a part of me has faded away. I don't know how long it will take to stop feeling this way, maybe I never will. Maybe a part of me will always ache for you. But even through the sadness, I'm grateful. Grateful for having known you, for having loved you so deeply that even the pain of losing you feels like proof of something real. You changed me in ways I can't explain, and even though it hurts, I wouldn't trade our time together for anything. Wherever you are, I hope you're at peace. I hope you're smiling, surrounded by warmth and love. And if, by some miracle, you still think of me, know that I still carry you in my heart. Always. Your partner is currently experiencing a deep, almost overwhelming desire to take action toward you. There's a restlessness in their energy, a powerful pull that keeps urging them to move, to speak, to finally bridge whatever distance lies between you. It feels as though they've been holding back for a while, possibly out of fear or uncertainty, but that restraint is wearing thin. I keep hearing that they want to tell you something very specific, almost like a message that's been repeating in their heart, only I can give you what you really want. This phrase echoes with both confidence and longing. They feel that they understand you on a level no one else does, that they see beyond the surface to the real you, and they believe that the connection you share is unlike anything they've ever experienced before. At the same time, your partner seems to be watching you from afar, observing, reflecting, and trying to gather the courage to make their next move. They are aware that the ball is in your court now. Perhaps you've pulled back or chosen to focus on yourself, and they recognize that it's your turn to decide what happens next. This awareness doesn't sit easily with them. They're used to feeling some sense of control in the connection, and the uncertainty of waiting, of not knowing where you stand, is stirring a mixture of anxiety, longing, and determination inside them. They're constantly thinking about what you might be doing, who you might be talking to, and whether you're still feeling the same way about them. They see you as incredibly desirable, not just in appearance but in presence. There's something about your energy that draws people in, something magnetic that others can't help but notice. To your partner, this is both enchanting and intimidating. The thought of other men noticing you, or even engaging with you in a friendly, harmless way, can send waves of jealousy through them. They may not express it outwardly, but internally, it burns. They struggle with the idea of anyone else sharing even a small part of your attention or affection. This possessiveness doesn't necessarily come from a lack of trust in you, rather, it stems from their lack of trust in others. Your partner knows your character well. They've seen the way you treat people, with kindness, warmth, and compassion, and they admire it deeply. Your sweet, sincere energy is something they can't find elsewhere. But that same gentle nature is what makes them uneasy, because they know that others can sense it too. They know that your light attracts people naturally, and that's what scares them. In their heart, they fear that someone else might try to get closer to you, to win your attention, or to offer you what they haven't yet been able to give. They don't want to lose you, not to circumstance, not to time, and certainly not to someone else. This fear is what fuels their possessiveness. It's not that they want to control you, it's that they feel such an intense connection that the thought of losing it is unbearable. They're constantly torn between wanting to approach you calmly and wanting to rush in, to stake their claim in a way that leaves no doubt about their intentions. There's a raw, almost primal energy here, a need to show you that they're serious, that they're ready to take the next step, that they're committed to this journey with you no matter what it takes. They might not be saying all of this out loud, but the emotions are written all over their energy. You might even feel their pull intuitively, especially during quiet moments or late at night when their thoughts seem to drift toward you. They're visualizing what it would be like to reconnect, to have a real conversation, to express everything that's been left unsaid. In their mind, they're rehearsing the moment they finally open up and tell you exactly how much you mean to them. For your partner, this connection goes beyond attraction, it feels like destiny. You've become their person, the one who feels like home even when things are complicated. That's why the channel song for this reading, My Person, fits the energy so perfectly. It captures their emotions, the longing, the devotion, the fear, and the certainty that no matter what happens, you are the one they can't let go of. Every lyric, every note, mirrors what's going on in their heart. They might not have the words yet, but music speaks for them, revealing what they struggle to express in conversation. There's also a sense of urgency building within them. They know that time doesn't stand still and that if they continue to hold back, they might lose the opportunity to make things right or to move the connection forward. This realization is pushing them toward action, even if they're not entirely sure how to go about it. They're considering different ways to reach out, to show you that they're serious, perhaps a message, a gesture, or even a spontaneous encounter. Deep down, they want you to see that they're not giving up on this bond. You represent something sacred to them, something that feels real in a world full of uncertainty. You've touched a part of them that no one else has been able to reach, and that's why they're so protective, so invested. They don't want anyone else stepping into the space that belongs to the two of you. What they truly want is harmony, a sense of mutual trust, connection, and emotional safety where they no longer have to fear losing you. In the coming days or weeks, their energy might become even stronger. You might notice signs, dreams, or coincidences that remind you of them. These are reflections of their deep desire to connect, to close the distance between you, and to finally express everything that has been held back for too long. No matter what form it takes, their heart is clear, they see you as their person, and they are finally gathering the courage to let you know.